was a YouGov poll that was released on royal family favourability. And obviously, they're not elected, they're not politicians, so we don't have elections to find out who is the most popular. So it's very hard to know.
Yeah.
But once again, William and Catherine remain Britain's favourite royals, closely followed by the King.
Yeah.
The King, 6 in 10 have a positive opinion of King Charles. But William and Catherine were way ahead. But the interesting thing is the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, her favourability was just 20%. This is the lowest level since she arrived on the scene when YouGov first did the polls in 2017. So the Instagram curated images, as ever, jam, doesn't seem to be working, Samara.
No, I mean, I think one of the greatest pull factors of the royal family is the mystery behind it all, the fact that people don't know a lot of what goes on behind closed doors. And that's where Meghan's got it all wrong, because she's broadcast her entire life out to us, and we've actually judged it, and we've said that's kind of bland and boring and actually quite sad, to be honest, especially when we saw that photo of Harry this week, but also we've seen so many other sort of disastrous platitudes that are very empty on her podcast. I mean, we've seen the real her and we don't like it. Sometimes it's better to just kind of be a little bit more private. But privacy is not in her vocabulary. It's not something that she's very familiar with. And I think that's actually been her problem.
So I don't always like pitting the Duchess of Sussex against the Princess of Wales. It's not always helpful, but Catherine's top. OK, Catherine and William are always top of this poll. This week, Princess of Wales has been very visible. We had the video. I'm calling it Kate Outdoors, by the way. A woman for all seasons. But this is this video talking about nature is her sanctuary. It's one of first of her 4 videos that she's going to do, speaking about nature connected to the seasons. She's spoken in the past about how being outdoors in nature has helped with her cancer recovery. And we've also seen her, I was very lucky enough to be on this rota job where she was at the British Fashion Council with some very fashionable people, by the way, some very young up-and-coming fashion designers, but she stole the show. She was called a style icon by the winner of the award that she presented. What's she doing right?
Well, she was wearing Posh's outfit.
She was wearing Victoria Beckham.
She was suited and booted. She looked great.
And she always looks good, though. I mean, she doesn't need to go to a fashion show to look great. I mean, she looks good in jeans. You know, she's just she like has got a model, got a figure like a supermodel. You know, and she wears clothes beautifully and always seems to get it right. So I'm not surprised, Matt. And I imagine the designers were thankful she was there, that wearing one of the British designers' outfits, because one thing the late Princess Diana did was she all wore British designers' outfits and boosted the fashion industry. And, you know, I think Kate does that very well too.
I might be churlish, Samara. We mentioned there about the Victoria Beckham dress, or as a kind of power suit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But she had chosen a British designer. I might be churlish suggesting that there is a kind of Megxit-esque family rift going on within the Beckhams. You're probably more qualified than me to explain what's happened. But
over to you, Samara. Over to you, Samara. Yeah.
Brooklyn Beckham didn't turn up to David Beckham's 50th.
No.
And there seems to be a dispute between Victoria Beckham and Brooklyn's American wife, which does sound quite familiar when we're talking about the royal family.
Yeah, there are issues there, certainly. I mean, he also didn't show up to Romeo's 21st birthday, which was also a couple of days ago. So he's definitely trying to distance himself from the family. I mean, he lives in America now. He enjoys the very nice lifestyle of Nelson Peltz, who is Nicola Peltz's multi-billionaire father. I think he's chosen the money, in my opinion. That's just a speculation, but I think that he's very happy with the cushy lifestyle that Nelson kind of shows. And he's kind of like the poster child for being a Nepo baby. He has all these kind of ventures, photography ventures, chef ventures that don't go very right. And I think in terms of Nicola, a lot of people are drawing comparisons between his wife and Meghan's because she is quite controlling. Her and Victoria, reports say, they don't get along. And I think that it's one of those situations where he's had to choose between mother or wife. And similar to Harry, he's chosen his wife over his family.
So it does sound familiar. But do you think the Princess of Wales would have deliberately worn a Victoria Beckham outfit to show some kind of sign?
I think she would have done, yeah. She certainly did. I mean, British designers really took off with her. She just really wore their clothes, and of course she was She looks stunning in them. But you know, David Beckham is a really nice person, a lovely man, and he does an awful lot for people. And you know, I don't know why he didn't come to his father's party. I mean, if he left his wife at home, fine. But you know, I think he should have been there. I think he's, you know, he's tried everything to give that boy a start, as you say. He's tried photography. He's trying to be a chef. And now he's to be a toy boy, just running around with this.
Exactly right. Yeah.
With this rich family. Well, you know, I think personally, family's everything. I think, you know, your mother, your father, your siblings, they're everything to you. And if you distance yourself from them, I think it's a sad life. I mean, it's just similar to Harry. He's distanced himself from his family, and it's just. I don't think it's a good thing. I think it's terrible. I think family's everything. I think everything. Yeah.
It's a very familiar story then.
These Americans taking away Britain's finest men, you know. Harry, Brooklyn, who next?
Yeah. They're not being dragged kicking and screaming though, are they?
No.
They're willing participants, I think, Harry.
The LA lifestyle's not bad.
I was just mentioning earlier about Princess of Wales's video. So some of it was set in the Isle of Mull. It was set to music. She narrated it. She was talking about nature and, you know, talking about spring. We're going to get 4 of these. Timed for each season. We've possibly compared the Instagram and social media pages between the Princess of Wales and the Duchess of Sussex. They've both got modern approaches to telling their stories. Do we favour one over the other? Do we look forward to Meghan's Instagram posts more than the Prince and Princess of Wales, or what's your thoughts, Samara?
I mean, I think Kate and William had the original Instagram page that I think Meghan actually copied a lot out of. This sort of whimsical, soft camera lighting, you know, beiges, linens. That's more Meghan. But I think that...
back view of the kids.
Back view of the kids. I mean, I think they were the original ones. They really mastered social media early on. I remember, you know, even 2012, 2013, they were posting fantastic videos, but kind of showing enough, but also keeping their privacy intact. And I think that with Kate's beautiful videos, she's talking more about her healing journey. And I think in a way, Meghan's copying her, but William and they never put a foot wrong, William and Kate. They never do.
She's using this, isn't she, Arthur, to kind of tell us more about her personality
well,
in her own words.
The thing is, when she was ill, she did that video telling us exactly what was wrong with her. That was pretty brave. I thought very brave. And you know, we all watched that, and you know, we just wished that she was going to get through it, and she did. And now this video is to celebrate that, you know, to say, you know, look, I'm through it, and thank God, and this is what I want to do. I want to spend more time in the outdoors. And I think comparing the two, I think, you know, she was quite ill and she looked tired, and then now we get to see this lovely lady just walking around Scotland. It was just brilliant. So no, I think it's a great thing.